Hi everyone, welcome back to Faraday Academy and our third Python live stream with Daniel Lomelino. You want to say hi? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yes.
So,
So,
yeah, this is
yeah,
our
this
third
is
Python live stream together. If you don't know Daniel, he is a senior Python instructor at Kenzie Academy, which is a local coding school. And he's also an awesome Python developer. So we're going to go to Codewars. Let me pull up Codewars real quick. An awesome Python developer. So we're one second. My system audio. Okay. One second. That should be better. My system audio. Okay. One second. That should be better. All right. So I'm on codewars.com. And if you haven't used Codewars before, basically it's a series of Python challenges. On codewars.com. Sorry, one second. Daniel, do you have... My audio's repeating in yours, I think. Okay. Well, if you're watching this, then maybe you can let us know if you hear any repeated audio, because I'm hearing it in my headphones a little bit. But if it's not a problem for anyone else, then that's okay. Okay, cool. So, yeah, so we're back on Codewars. This is a site where you can basically do coding challenges in all kinds of different languages, and you can choose the difficulty. They have 1 through 8 difficulty. It's not there now. Okay, good. So I forgot to plug in my headphones at first, so that might have fixed it. Yeah, so 8 is the easiest, 1 is the hardest. We've been playing around starting off with 7 and 6 and 5, and we're going to try a 4 today. So I think we had some recommendations over the last couple weeks. Oh, you can't hear Daniel? Daniel, say something. Can you hear Daniel now? Say again.
Hello. Oh, hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Okay.
No?
I think that's good. I had just muted your... I muted your Skype accidentally. Sorry.
Okay. We're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the... Yeah.
So we're going to find a 4.
Yeah. This...
And
this... Wait, one second. Alright, oh well. Yeah, so this was a 4 that was recommended to us the other week, so we figured we'd start with this one. It's called All Balanced Parentheses, and basically all you're given is a number, 0, 1, 2, etc., and you have to basically return an array of all the different, I guess, types of ways you can balance with that number of parentheses. Is that the best way to describe it, Daniel?
yeah, all the permutations of the valid ways to use those parentheses.
Oh, Azure, it says this is the easy version of a Kenzie assignment.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, the Kenzie assignment is one where you have to decide if a string of different kinds of brackets is balanced, you end up with a kind of like yes or no, and where in the string it breaks. This is different, unless I'm mistaken, from your experience, Azure Riot. This is all about you're given the number 3, and you have to like say, okay, here's all the way you can take 3 of the same parentheses and properly align them.
Yeah.
But if we should, I don't know.
So
I'm still open tackling this one.
Okay, so if anyone doesn't know what Kenzie is the coding school that Daniel works at.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's go
We
ahead and
have
start this one. Let's see where it goes. This is our first level 4, so we can always do another level 4 next week. Alright. So, yeah, there isn't much information here. It's just basically we're given a number and then we have to return a list. So how do you want to start this?
Well, we get to choose our own parentheses, right?
First I'm going to get Python 3.6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case we want to use F strings or something like that.
Okay. So first we need some kind of a loop in the range.
Well, we're going to need something to build our parentheses strings, right? Maybe not. Maybe we can do it on the fly, but maybe we don't need any sort of lookup. Let's say we're given the number 1. Well, we just use our opener and our closer, right? If we're given the number 2, like in their test well, down there, we just use our opener and our closer, right? Kind of, to me, it feels like if we're given the number 2, like in their binary test well, down there, we just I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like you go through every what's the word? Every different way they can be arranged. So like 2 openers and then 2 closers, and then opener closer, opener closer. It starts to get trickier when you get up to 3, but not really. This could all end up, I'm wondering if it could end up being some kind of single function that we apply. I don't want to say recursively yet, but you never know when that's going to sneak its way in. So
I think that would be a good solution. Azure Riot says suggest permutation.
For the word that I was looking for?
What? Oh.
Probably.
There's a Python way of doing permutations of a thing, I think. That's what he says.
Oh, all right.
All right.
We look into it?
So how should we start this? We can start off with the simplest answer, I think, and then try to fit all solutions. So if you look at the array, it starts off with the deepest nesting, and then it breaks up the inner parentheses, and then the first and then the last are nested, and then all of them are open. So it's going to be that basic pattern every time.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Should we use iter tools if we have to import it?
We would have to import, something. From iter tools, if we want to go that route. Let's see,
And we either have to do a while loop or we have to do recursion here because this isn't a set amount of times, I guess.
Well, they do tell us how many how many parentheses that's being passed in, so we do know how many single times. Oh, but I see what you're saying. That has nothing to do with how many options there are, how many ways of doing it there are. So, all right, let's see if we can think through this one. So yeah, they started with 3 openers, 3 closers, like the n openers and n closers, and then they, like you said, they work kind of out from the middle in their test results. So let's just get some code down and say, for we want to build a string of n openers followed by n closers, right?
Yeah. So if we had a string.
So we need to know how many times, which is n, so we can use that in a loop. So while loop is probably not the tool for this, since we are going kind of up. We don't want to have to maintain an external counter. You can just do for I in range n, right?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Maybe this will prove to be a wrong approach, but that's what we do. Go forward and hit walls.
So while okay. So while
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's just everything's repeating
I can't
twice.
hear you anymore.
Okay. You can't hear me now? Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Now I can.
Okay. I'm just trying to get everything to stop repeating twice in my headphones. That's why I'm having trouble hearing you.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
We should just do a start with a for loop, right?
Yeah.
For I in range n, or for I, yeah. And we'll just
Yeah, because n is just a number. Okay. And then, but then it's going to be a nested loop because
yeah. Okay.
each one of these we have to build this string. So yeah, this is kind of hard to think about because how do you add all these? Well, how do we get to the first solution?
Well, we would just
we need to first do we have to return in this order?
I don't think
for the
so.
test.
I don't think so. Because if they're doing a sort.
It's sorted here, and then it
they're
asserts.
Yeah. So no, we shouldn't have to put them in any specific order.
Okay. Okay, cool. We just have to have all of them inside of it.
So yeah, let's see. So this is different because we're actually building these.
Yeah.
I think we have to think of these in a different way than just like Hmm. I wonder if we can start from the middle and then prepend and append. Like build them as a list.
Append on the outside.
Build them as a list and then join them at the end. So like,
Okay.
I don't know if this is a.
So if we had
So you would start with like, for I in range in, you would do like, well, if S, we don't need that S on the outside, right? That can just be our list.
You said we don't need the S on the outside?
Well, we're never gonna use
Yeah.
a string
Yeah,
outside
because
of
we have
this.
to reset the string every time. But we will need a list on the outside.
Yeah, we will.
Okay. So
And then,
actually I'm gonna put this here and then this, because then we'll be appending to a list.
yeah.
And
Well, I'm thinking we do like L dot insert 0, the opener, and then L dot append, the closer. This is only going to work for our first like from the middle out case, but maybe we can build off of this, or we might have to scrap it.
okay.
But at least it's a start. So
Yeah.
do
Yeah, the parentheses challenges are hard. This is the first one I've done actually, so.
let me
So
not
you're
Mac.
saying we should have an inner list, like we have this outer list that we're gonna build, which is what we're gonna return. Like return L.
Well, we'll see if we need more than that. But for
Middle
now,
out.
just
Um,
well, yeah.
I'm not good with pop
Silicon,
culture.
Silicon Valley reference.
Oh, okay.
Let's just do an L dot insert 0 and then our opener.
So you're saying L. Zero and then an opening parentheses.
Every time the loop, we'll put our opener at the beginning. And this is very like single use case, but I just want to get the brain thinking about it. And then L dot append.
Yeah, that's true. So then
L dot into the closer.
the first time we get this opening parentheses every time. So we have one character right so far.
Yeah, so do L dot append the closer on there, and we'll have the outer ones.
Okay, L
But
dot append and then closer. Oh wait. There. Okay. So what did we get? Oh, yeah, it's still a list. So
yeah. But again, also we're gonna have to do multiple strings inside of this list, so we're gonna have to end up using something else. But for now, if you did,
so we
need
should
to
have
we need to
like a temporary list of some kind to just store these in, and then we push, right?
It's still gonna have to be outside the loop.
But this will just, we'll be putting these into strings each time.
But we need to put it outside the loop still, or it's gonna reset every time.
Because we push it onto the main object, right?
Hmm?
Oh, Abrisa said he got it.
Oh yeah?
I can't read Chinese. I think that's Chinese. Okay, so this needs to be inside the loop, right?
No, you're gonna reset it every time if you do that. You're going to insert and then append one single opener and closer, and then you're going to empty out the list.
That's the idea, though.
Is it? The same list?
Well, because here... Because this outer loop has to run through all of these cases. So...
Yeah. This is getting more complicated.
Yeah. So... Yeah, I don't even know... Okay. Okay, so we have an opening, a second, and then we have 3 closing ones. But then we have to switch and we have to do opening... a really inefficient way to do it would be to generate every possible combination of all of these and then make sure there's opening and closing ones and get rid of all the rest of them.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a definite pattern here. I'm just trying to figure out how to express it in code.
That's the hard part.
Because if they give us the number like 20, then we've got to be able to have our same thing work for all of it.
Yeah.
It's the thing about coding and problem solving. It's not very exciting sometimes, huh? It's staring at a screen, thinking.
We need this outer loop, but this outer loop needs to build this string. I wonder if there's some mathematical correlation between the number of possible permutations versus the number of viable permutations. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I wouldn't know. Because here's... For 2, there's 2. For 3, there's 1, 2, 3... Yeah, 5. And then for 4... 1.
No, it's... Yeah, coding...
Yeah, I agree.
Exciting, the experience for the person, but watching it is what I was referring to. People watching someone code, which is why hacker movies are always like glamorized with all this fancy interfaces and ridiculous.
I don't know. Yeah. I have fun. I watch other live streamers. I really like a couple YouTube live streamers. Just watch code all the time.
Yeah, when you get used to like, thinking out loud and expressing your thoughts while you're doing it, I don't think I'm as used to that as people that do this regularly.
Yeah, I'm definitely not used to these. I've been doing some Vue.js live streams for a couple months, which is a lot of fun. But right now, with taxes.
Alright, so what's really going on here? That middle test, in the number 3 test case, that middle string is where it starts to, the 3rd and 4th string in that test case. Yeah. That's when it starts to just go out of the pattern.
I don't like paperwork either. Alright, so what if we did like So this would require nested looping, but we could, the first time through, we could add all opening and then all closing. The second time we can add, you know, just keep moving the closing one more. Hey Mohammed, glad you like the view course. Yeah, these are some Python streams I'm trying out. I also do view live streams every Friday, if you want to check those out. So what do you think about looping through and adding the full number of opening and then the full number of closing? Oops. And then we have to shift. Like we'd have to shift.
Yeah. Yep, that's exactly where I'm starting to pick up on it, is you've got 3 openers and 3 closers, and then you've got those 3 closers and the second on number 3 there with the input of 3. You've got 2 closers at the end, and one of the closers shifted to the left a spot. So I think we're going to end up doing all openers and closers and then manipulate that string every time to move things over. But then we're going to have to, I think, do it from the... I think so. Let's try that. So we want to create, when they give us like n as 3, we want to just immediately make a string of our 3 openers concatenated with our 3 closers. So we could just do outside of a loop, we could just do s equals opener times n plus n.
Times n, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just do it outside of the loop, and then we're going to loop over that, and we're going to manipulate it every... So opener times n plus closer times n. And that's going to be our starting...
plus closer times n, yeah. Just to look nice, I'll do this. Okay. So s, let me print s real quick. Make sure it's giving us what we want. Oh, unexpected error. None type has no object of sort.
Oh, it's in their test.
Oh, they're...
Because we're not returning anything.
Okay, now I'm returning an empty array, an empty list.
Just return L. And that'll satisfy their test.
Okay, so that returns what we think it's going to. Alright, so now we have a for loop.
Yeah, now we need to manipulate this from the right side. And it starts out easy because you could just do like index it, minus n to go like n from the right end. So like s indexed by negative n. But that just gets you I guess it would have to be, we'd have to make sure that formula, if you were to take -3 and then -2 and move that over, we'd have to see how many times we need to do that. So with the test case of 3 there, when we have all the openers and all the closers, we have 3 of each, and then the next permutation is we took one of those closers, the inner closer, and moved it to the left one. And the next time we took the closer that was after it and moved it to the left. And then finally, you took the... Let's see. Oh, and then they take the original closer that we moved first and move it to the left again. Okay. Interesting.
Okay, so I think we've got an idea of what to do anyway, right?
Yeah. We just have to put it together and figure out how to make it dynamic. So the first thing to match up with that second permutation, we take the first closer and shift it to the left. And the first closer is always at negative n index, right?
Okay. So we would do. So should we
but I don't know if
shift?
I don't think
What?
it's going to follow through. I don't think this is going to follow through all the way for us, but let's try it. We would end up doing a let's see. So we want to move that item. The thing about strings, though, we need to do this in a list. Strings are immutable.
Yeah. And
So we want to make this a list, I think.
So it seems also for the for the range that we're creating, I feel like there's definitely a pattern between the number of times that we want to loop through, I guess, until the completion. And an easy way is do a while loop and then just check that at the last iteration there's no two of the same kind in a row. Do you know what I mean? There's no two opening brackets or two closing brackets in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is easy enough.
Do you want to do that? Because the 4 isn't going to get us very far. So just while true, and then if I don't know, something like this. Well, we're gonna let's see, we're gonna build in a new array. Should we put that outside, like a new list?
Yeah, I think we're going to need a list instead of a string.
So here, we're going to be... Should we turn this into a list here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we turn this into a list. And then... And then just while true, and basically if this is in is string is a, or join is a string method, right?
Right.
So S, well, this is no longer a string then, this is L2. Okay. Okay, so if there are two of anything in a row inside of this string, then break. No, if not, yeah.
Right.
Not in, okay. Yeah, that will be better.
I'm wondering, let me look this up.
You're wondering what?
If one of the built-in functions can check that for us.
Okay.
Let me do a little test in my terminal since I don't have access to the Codewars.
Azure Riot suggested importing iter tools for this. Seems like a good use case.
Yeah, that's usually the best shortcut when it applies. So
Okay, so we won't take the
we're
shortcut.
doing
If we
this
want to refactor, we'll do it that way.
Let's see.
Alright, so we have our break conditional, and then we have to do some kind of shifting here. So on our list, we could insert a new item. Is there a function to relocate? There's no .relocate function, right?
No. I see. He's saying it would generate all the possible combinations, and then you'd have to go through and validate them.
That's what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. So I like the shifting. Should we
can
turn this into ASCII and shift?
Well, we can do slice assignment, or we can do other things like remove and insert.
Yeah, remove and insert.
But we can also do like a...
We'll have to keep track of where n is somehow. We need like an iterator, I think.
Yeah, we definitely need to know.
We'll have to have an iterator, and I think it should start. No. Just.
Let's see.
You could use .count on and see if their difference was 0. Though if you do go that way. Yeah, that would be a lot less code than what we're writing. Okay, so for the first time, we already basically have the first item in the list. So I think we could probably do l.push already, right?
Well,
.push. No. We have to do...
I mean, we need that one.
No, join. Because we need that one before we start changing it to... So we'd have to do... oh yeah, .join. Okay, and then we have -1. So we just take the parenthesis at index n and move it 1 to the left. We insert it 1 to the left.
Yeah. For the first time.
Yeah. So we should
So we need to swap two items in a list. We can try to find really the best way to do that. I know there are a couple ways where you can just
Oh, so we should swap this one.
rip it and
'Cause this
insert
is just
or pop it and
swapped
insert it.
around.
Right. So we could pop that index and then.
Well, we could do a reverse. Right?
Hmm?
Okay.
Well, we need to modify the list, right? We need to move that item to the left. So we just need to take its index, pop it, and then insert it one index lower.
Yeah.
Right? So we need to keep
We
track.
already know the index. So, because the index of n, right? So if
Yeah.
we would do, let's see, L2 dot remove.
Popped value, or just use it as the argument to the insert.
Remove at index n.
Yeah, this time through, but we're gonna have to change that position. We're gonna have to subtract our count from it.
And then n2 dot insert.
Yeah, just do it in one
n
line.
minus 1.
Yeah, but just do L2 dot insert in -1, and then put that L2 dot remove as its argument, or L2 dot pop, not remove. So change remove to pop.
L2. Oh wait, L2.
And use it as the second argument.
Okay.
But put n-1 back as the first argument of insert.
It's 2 a.m. there. Where do you live? What time zone are you in? You're basically taking a string of parentheses and then moving them around, making sure they're valid. Yeah.
Not only making sure they're valid, but yeah, essentially, you're right. Yeah, there's no push. You're getting your JavaScript thrown in here. It's append.
Oh, sorry.
And then you have to give insert a first argument, which is a position, which is n-1.
Oh, append is spelled wrong too. Oh, right. So this is n-1. And
and that's going to be a very, very basic step towards where we need to get, but at least it's something.
Oh, we're popping from an empty list. Oh, n is not a list. I didn't pass in the right thing.
Where are you popping from n? L2 is a list. Is it not?
Yeah, L2 is a list. Oh, I see. Because sometimes it might not be a list. If n is 0.
Yeah.
So. Well, if n is 0, we should just return.
Yeah, we need a base case. Right.
Okay.
And if n is 1, we can just return, because this will
0. I'll just return a string.
This will break with 1 too, so we have to just return an opener and a closer for 1.
Oh, string has no object sort.
No, you have to give them the list with an empty string in it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Expected.
list. Okay.
And then n equals 1, we have to just return an opener and a closer.
Okay, we can do that, but that should, I think n equals 1 should also be taken care of in our while loop, but we can do this for right now. If
No, it's going to try.
equals 1.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because you got that break.
And then we can just go down the
Execution
list,
time.
like if n equals 2, if n equals 3. And just return.
No. Not scalable.
Yeah, and that's exactly why they don't show you all the tests, so you don't write a bunch of if statements. Cool. Yeah, Vue.js is booming right now. It's a great little language, not language, but framework that's kind of
Framework.
a way of writing JavaScript, yeah. Okay, while true, L2 insert. Timed out right now.
Really? We're probably, because we're never breaking. We're never getting to that break.
Oh,
So
we're
just
never breaking, that's right.
do an unconditional break. Let's just see
Okay.
what we're getting. And we're only modifying L2. We're never using it. So we need to print
let me
L2.
do l.append L2. Yeah. Yeah, I should print L2. Let me print L2.
Hey, we passed some tests.
Yeah, because the if statement, the 0 and 1
Yeah.
case. Alright. So we have the second case here from this. Yeah, and we actually have the second case here too. And so this should hit this break statement. So so now how do we get to the rest of these cases?
Well, we have to be a little more clever. I think we need to keep our, let's see, for the next one, so the first one there, after the all openers and closers, we took the N position and we shifted it left. The next thing it looks like is that we're taking N minus 1 and shifting it left. And then we are taking, after that, let's see.
Yeah.
We're taking...
Yeah, we should be reversing once we get to this point, to something that's not mirrored, we should reverse it. Or, I don't know how that works, because then... Because then we also need this.
Right.
So that's not really part of an algorithm if we just have a one-off case to reverse and then get to this. I really want to see what other people's solutions were.
Yeah. I just know if we get through this, it's going to be like, oh, of course, that's how you approach it.
Yeah. So it won't just be a one-off if we reverse the string, then you reverse switch paren. Not as n gets bigger. All right. Okay, so if we've moved, so we took this
Interesting.
one and moved it here. Now what if we moved, we could move it one more to the left. And then basically we can check if the leftmost one is closed already, then we have to move something to the right. So if we got to this case, then we would move N to the right, right?
Interesting. Yeah, that's a way. That's a better approach, isn't it? To start from the left and start looking for the first. Right, so that's another way to look at this. Is that you keep moving one to the right.
This is my first level 4 challenge and it's not easy.
I've done level 4s that are actually, well, I've done one level 4 that's actually easier than this, but it's like a class-based thing where you're kind of just solving multiple problems by building a class to do.
This seems like it's so far outside of what I usually do in coding.
Yeah, this one is somewhat, I think, algorithmic, which has not historically been my strong point, but it's something I definitely try to get better at.
Q4 is when they get fun.
Yeah.
I think with more practice, I need more practice at this. Okay, so what if we do... Okay, so while true, move it one to the left. Okay, so we should move it... How about this? So we start off move N1, or move the paren. Move the paren. Oh, let me zoom in. That's better. So move the paren at index N one space to the left until it's closed at the left. And then we have to move whatever's at N again. But the thing is, like, right now we're just solving for 3.
I know.
We're getting an algorithm where 3 works, but it's not going to work for 4 and 5 and 20.
Well,
You know?
I'm starting to pick up on something here, I think.
Good, Abriso. Good, you should friend us so we can follow each other. And then also we can check the length. No, maybe not. That was a bad idea. And then we can also... I guess we could add on the reverse so we could check that if it's not or if it's not mirrored, then add on the reverse too. Should we add a conditional?
Well, I'm trying to work out this other theory in my head
What is it?
that if you take the last closer or the last opener and you keep moving it to the right one at a time and capturing each permutation as you do that, and then you start over from the initial string and you start from the first closer and you move it to the left every time, then you build every permutation. And then you can just... I'm just trying to work that out right now to see if that's actually true.
But, okay. But
And
instead of redoing it every time we go through, we could just can you please share the link to this? Okay. Yeah, I think I can. Well, here's the kata.
Yeah, you may be right, Azure Riot. But I'd be recreating it, not importing it.
That's always the best thing to do in programming, is to recreate everything yourself.
If the idea is to figure out how it's working, yeah. But if the idea is to just make it work, then let's reuse what others have done. I consider these, the idea being to, for me anyway, I approach these as like, I want to do this, from like the ground up. But yeah, the iter stuff is probably... I don't know that you get duplicates doing this, and if you did, you could just like put it through a set. I don't know, I'm curious about this now. Because if you were to just take like freeform in that editor there, just like create that string, that opening string, the openers and closers. If you were to just create like just freeform in the editor there without being code, just make those brackets, those parentheses, the first set of them, 3 and 3.
This one?
3 openers, 3 openers, 3 closers. Yeah, I just want to play something out, not in programming, just in text. I want to see if this plays out. Anywhere in there.
That's what this is, right?
Yeah, but I want to actually move them one at a time.
Okay, so... okay, so just do 3 openers and 3 closers. Like that? Another, like creating a string like this?
I don't even care if it's Python. I just want it as... It's like a brain dump.
Okay, so let me take this out.
It's like a big comment block. If you want to do triple quotes to comment it, go ahead. But
oh yeah, let me create doc string, or doc string without the doc. I don't know.
Doc block.
Yeah. All right, and so now this. Okay.
And then on the next line, create the next one. If you were to take that last opener and shift it right.
Okay, so
what does it do?
Last opener. So that's basically what it's doing.
Right. I just want to see, because we're going to miss something if we only do it from the left. And then take that same opener you just moved and move it again. So open, open, close, close, open, close. Right? And that's its next example down there, right?
Move it again. This is as
Did
far
you?
as we can
I'm
move
waiting
that
for the,
opener, right?
yeah. So now we've moved the opener as far as it can go. So now
Yeah.
if we start all over at the next line, if we start all over with 3 openers and 3 closers, and then modify this line instead of doing a new one after it. We'll take the first
Yeah,
closer and
I
move
think we probably could have
left.
started with pseudocode.
Yeah.
Um,
Take in line 5 there, just modify it since we already have that example at the top. Take the
okay.
first closer and move it to the left.
But we already have this.
I just want to see what it produces. I'm not trying to
Okay.
figure it out right now.
And then
So we already have that. So we get that same thing from the other. Now move it to the left one more time. That same closer. So we'll have open, close, and then open, open, close, close. So that's their next case. So we do have one repeating case, but we can filter that out with a set. Maybe it's not optimal, but and then the only thing left to do is just do an opener and a closer in a row of each. So we would just take our opener closer, like literal string, and multiply it by n, right, to get that last case. And I don't know if that would cover everything.
I think I'm
As
not
it
sure.
goes.
Can yeah.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. I'm just wondering if what if n equals 4? Then we would
Yeah.
start off with this. Can we just walk through this real quick?
Yeah.
So let's say we move this first opener 1 to the left. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then close.
I can see where you're going
And it
with
would be
this.
open, close, close, close. And then, so we move this one more to the left, right? So it would be open, open, close. And then, oh, I'm already confused. Okay, open, open, close, close, close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And
We could use
then,
like dots and dashes or something.
yeah, something easier. Okay, and then we have open, and then open, 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 close, close, close. Yeah. Alright, so, and then with your example, we would restart, but then we would restart every time. And the
Right.
thing is, with this, we already have all of the different ones except this. We just have to reverse anything that's not already reversed. You know what I mean? Like these
Okay.
two, we check. They're not mirrored, so we add a mirrored copy of these. And that would save
Okay.
us from looping through in perpetuity.
Yeah.
Because that's the
That,
only scalable way to do it if there's like 20 or 30 or... I mean,
right.
with the method we're using. Right?
Okay, so at what point do you do the reversal? I mean, at what point is it going to be a mirror?
So... So maybe... Well, we just have to check. We basically have to check just at some point if... what is it? L2? These variables are just so confusing. Okay, if L2 does not equal L2 dot reverse, it will do L dot append this L2 dot reverse.
Okay.
Except when we append, we have to make these into strings, right? So dot join, like that. So you do it after the first portion of the iteration Daniel was suggesting. Then you go through and mirror non-mirrored strings. So after this, we would mirror it, and you can always manually just add parentheses times that. Yeah, we could.
That's what I was saying about to catch that last one. You just do our literal string of opener, closer times in. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to change your reverse. Reverse does an in-place reverse. It doesn't return anything, so you're gonna not get expected results there. You're gonna have to reverse it into another variable name, and then use that. You see what? You can't just say if L2
because I'm not trying to do it in place. I'm just passing in L2 dot reverse. That wouldn't that work?
No, reverse it's a list, right?
Yeah, but it shouldn't matter if it's in place here.
Yeah, because you're using the return type there, and the return is none.
Okay, I can put in another variable.
Yeah, you won't be able to do that in.
I've run out of variable names.
Azure writes the reverse. He doesn't think it's going to work. I'm not convinced either. I haven't thought it through. I'm just going along with some suggestions here. Just call it L2 rev or something.
L3.
Okay. No.
No, okay. I give up. I'm totally out of names. L.
Just call it L2 rev. How about that?
Wait. Okay, L2 rev.
That lets us at least know what it might contain. Oh, and the underscores. I can't look at the underscores anymore.
Why?
I would just do L2 together without an underscore, but we've gone too far, so let's keep it. So let's see. What about this?
Okay.
Is Azure Riot saying might not work? If you just reverse, it's not actually mirroring the string. Okay, yeah.
I can't find and replace. I don't know if I can.
Well, you're checking if they do mirror. If it's the same thing, we don't want to re-add it to our list, right? We're not looking for differences. We're looking for ones that are the same. In a sense. Okay. Maybe I just explained that terribly, and maybe I'm wrong. Oh, you're refactoring.
Yeah, I did. Or we don't have to look at the underscores. Oh, wait. This one. All right. So this break isn't gonna work, I guess. So we're not actually adding anything. We're not ever adding
Well,
L2 on.
we're still only inserting. We're only moving our thing to n-1 every time. We need to make that dynamic and do like a counter. We do n-I or something like that.
But we... Oh, right. Yeah.
Which is where I hate using counters with while loops because it's like you feel like you made the wrong decision with a while loop, but we're still not looping. Maybe there's a way to do it with the for loop in a specified range, but let's just keep it like this. Let's just build on to our monster.
No. I almost want to just start all over now. Okay.
Let's do n-I plus equals 1 inside at the end of the loop, right?
Yeah, and L minus I. Okay. So this starts, and then we have to increment. Yeah, we can do it anywhere here. So I plus equals 1. Okay, and we have to append this one. So L dot append dot join wait, dot join L2, right?
Yeah.
And then, but we never get to this condition.
Which condition?
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, we probably should have started all over, but
Do you want to?
no. If anything,
Well, I guess we don't have time on this stream to start over. Alright, so at least maybe we can pass the test ones this time. Okay, so we're getting trace back. So, I think I'm just gonna do a break here if I is greater than n, so it does break.
Okay.
But it didn't break.
L2
can only join an iterable.
Yeah, what I'm saying with the L2 rev thing, sorry, you have to reverse.
So maybe well,
let's not do that. Let's just compare it to the backwards. Well, it's a list, so
we could compare it to the backward string. We'd also have to invert the parens.
Yeah, this is a.
Can only join iterable, but if it's a list or a string, those are both iterables. So I guess something I'm doing screwy with them.
No, what I meant to point out is your L2.reversed. You can't just assign that to something. If I hinted at that, then I messed up there. L2.reverse is just a statement on its own. It's going to reverse L2
So,
in place. So it just takes L2 and
if we
modifies
just
it.
reverse. Oh, right. Azure is right. We have to invert the parens too.
Yeah,
This is a lot
I
harder
think
than I thought.
do a continuation of this one.
Yeah.
I don't have much more time for this.
Okay, that's fine. Um, all right. So, okay, that makes sense. Um, all right. Well, I would like to finish this in the next stream. So, actually, in the next stream, we were planning on having a panel, having maybe 3 of us. Maybe it's gonna take 3 people to figure this out. Um, so that will be next Sunday, and maybe we can do it for a little bit longer and actually get to the solution of this problem. So yeah, I hope you join me next Sunday for another stream. I'll have at least 2 guests on that stream to figure out this problem, and hopefully we'll finally get through a level 4 challenge. If you have any feedback or comments, please leave them in the comments of the video. I also have another JavaScript live stream Friday evening. Since nobody's doing anything on Friday nights anymore, you can come and watch me code at 7 p.m. on Friday and watch me code JavaScript. So yeah, and other content coming out throughout the week, so make sure you subscribe. So thanks for coming, and make sure to thank Daniel for joining us. He's on Codewars. I'll post a link to his profile in a comment below, so you can follow him and we can all follow each other. When do you stream? I'm on Eastern Delta Time in the US, so I stream 7 p.m. Friday, and I'll stream next Sunday. I'm going to post them on my channel so you can see the upcoming streams. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Azure Riot. All right, have a good night, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.